Yo, what up? I'm back.
What's the word with it? What's the word with it?
It's good, my guy. Great to be here.
Oh,
Great to be here, man. It's been a long time coming. It's been about 4 months. But we back, baby. We are back. You know? Yeah, man. And I'm glad to be here. Like I said, it's about to be a lot of game drop today, man. You know? And a lot of gyms, man. So stay ready for it. So
yeah, bro. I mean, welcome to Boston. I know we haven't chopped it up in a public forum,
right,
like that in a while since you've been here.
Right.
From Jersey.
Jersey
City or just Jersey?
Passaic, New Jersey, to be exact. So Passaic it's an Indian name, and it's weird because it's not weird.
You felt right at home in your tribe.
Speedy tribe, y'all know what it is. Speedy tribe. The Passaic is an Indian name. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's indigenous people that a lot of indigenous people are from that land. I mean, everywhere on this land, but that land is definitely. And my high school team name is the Indians.
Oh, they didn't change that?
Nope. Passaic Indians. That's it. I'm just glad to be here, bro. It's been a while, man. And
praise be to Allah.
I know, praise to Allah. You know, God, Jesus, whoever you want to call him. You know what I mean? Got my weight back up. I'll let y'all know the secret on how I got my weight back up again. You know.
Word.
You feel me? Later on, not right now. But yeah, man. You know, what's up? Talk to me, man.
Yo, so I know your big thing is like purpose, and you know you do a lot of coaching, a lot of guiding, helping a lot of people find their purpose, navigate through life when they don't know what they need to know.
Yeah.
So for you, how did you find your purpose, and what does purpose mean to you?
So I found my purpose in 2017. Matter of fact, I always knew my purpose. I just never embodied it.
You never unlocked it.
I never unlocked it until I got to a certain age. You know, they always tell you every 7 years you go through a drastic change in life. Around the time I was 21, 22, that's when that other change happened. You know, 7 times 3, you know, 7 times 3, 21. You're right there on that age bracket. So you're going to go through that tribulation, that trial again of change. And I think for me, it happened after I graduated and I didn't know what I was supposed to offer the world because I played football all my life, you know. And when I graduated there, I did a lot of soul searching, a lot of self-mastery, I practiced abstinence. I went through the gauntlet of not ever refraining of things that I was so easily commonplace to me. Sex, all this other stuff. I literally went without to find out who I really was without anything that I really loved and depended on. You know, we talked about safety nets. Like, I feel like I had that a lot around myself growing up, and I had to remove that purposely. You know, not really receiving help from a lot of people because I needed to learn how to produce and generate on my own. I always felt the need to do that ever since I was a kid. I didn't want no handouts from nobody.
Right.
I just wanted people to just cheer me on and believe in me while I go make it happen. So, in root of that, I did all of that. I practiced abstinence, like I was telling you before. A lot of men and women don't understand the importance of abstinence, semen retention. You know what I mean? Obviously, you have the ability to make another human being. If you transmute that energy and put that into your craft and self and personal development, you can literally transcend any level or barrier in front of you with ease, because you concentrated your forces to produce something that you did through alchemy. You're using your alchemy to create your reality. So I started realizing, the power of not releasing all the time and putting that energy towards my goals and myself. It built me into this person I am now. People see me from before and be like, yo, you did it. Like, yo, it's like, I feel like Super Saiyan. Like, I feel like I reached that level of being Super Saiyan because I just stayed disciplined. I was always disciplined. I just needed to learn how to embody that and really make it who I am. And then in root of that, on top of that, I just didn't know my purpose. So I'm like, yo, what is my purpose in life? I sit in solitude for 4 months. I don't know what I want to do. One day I just sit in there, I'm thinking, I have my phone in my hand, and I thought about it. I was a captain of the football team before. I do love talking. I know when I talk to people, people hear me out. And it was so weird because once I started practicing all the celibacy stuff, my voice became more deeper. My mind became more clear, no more foggy brain. My words resonated with everybody I talked to. I just started making sense as a whole. And then everything else started making sense. And once that happened, I was like, my purpose, my voice, that's where my power is. It was like I got that antidote, like that secret antidote that everybody needed. I found it. And I'm like, oh, there it is. Picked up my phone, this iPhone right here. Well, it was iPhone 6S before. But this iPhone, this very iPhone that you see, this satellite, this private jet that you can take and travel everywhere, if you know what I mean, you have the ability to pick up this phone and reach everybody in the world, bro. You can literally go on a location and put yourself anywhere. It's a private jet. If you ask me, that's what that is. So I picked up this little private jet and I flew all over Jersey. Got the attention from people around my region, area. They're like, yo, you speak so eloquently and well, and you know how to. I'm like, oh, purpose? Maybe. Let's see what it works like.
This is before you knew that.
This was before.
You wanted to be like a speaker?
This was before I knew. I just started out doing videos first. Then it transferred into going to like schools, going to nonprofits, speaking to probation kids and stuff like that, like doing what I got to do. But it all started from this right here. Stepping outside my comfort zone too. A lot of people living in that. So that's how I found my purpose. And now I stand in front of you, brand ambassador for companies, speaking to nonprofits, speaking to juvenile kids, speaking in front of football teams, basketball teams, publish my own ebook now, stuff like that. It all came through me picking up my phone and stepping outside my comfort zone and finding my purpose. And that's how I did it. And it means everything to me if you want to know. Everything. My last name is Shepherd for a reason. I had to step outside and be a leader, bro.
Yeah. Facts. So purpose means everything to you.
Everything, brother. I think without purpose, and especially man, you said something like I didn't hear you earlier. You said you project when you speak. And we talk about that a lot too, about being projective. Every man is projective by nature. Every man. That's why we have penises and they go out when we get erect. That's just the truth of life. I'm sorry to say. That's just what happens. We project our literal penis in the world and we project it into whatever we do, who we do it with, whatever you do. I don't know how you roll, but we do what we do because that's just the way we're built. We're built to dominate. We're forward moving. So you're supposed to have a purpose behind all of that type of movement as a man. If you don't have a purpose, how can anyone be receptive to what you're putting out? Especially women, because that's who you do it for, right? That's what we do it for. We do it for the women.
Very true.
So how can they be receptive to what you're putting out if you don't have a purpose behind what you're putting out? So it's very important to have a purpose as a man in this world. All men listening right now, you should have a purpose. Or if you don't have one right now, you should be looking to find one, because if you want a woman in life, you need to have a mission, you need to have goals, you need to have aspirations, you need to have direction in where you're going.
They love that shit.
And they love it because then they get to amplify what you got. They get to pour in and add to what you got. They get to nurture and receive what you're giving them, which in turn makes everyone happy. Because you get to play her role, you get to play your role.
Facts.
That's just the way it go.
Facts. So you talked about being from Passaic, New Jersey. Was you from like a rich town? Like, did you grow up in the burbs? I ain't from Jersey, so I don't know Passaic.
Listen, Passaic, New Jersey, man. I grew up in Aspen Place Projects. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the hood. Shout out to the town. Shout out to all y'all. I love everybody that's there. Everybody that helped me grow up into the man I am today. And it's weird because my projects is named Spear Village. I never told you that. Now you know. Spear Village. Indian, spear. Crazy. It's weird. It's crazy. And I know that I'm native to this land too. Yeah. But that's another story. I grew up in Passaic, Aspen Place Projects. Man, listen. It was a war zone. It was hell. But I made it through. I grew up in a drug-infested neighborhood, coming from a drug-infested family. My mom, my pops, sisters, uncles, they all kind of like went through that gauntlet of, you know, dabbling. I love all y'all. I'm glad y'all made it through.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, my sister didn't make it through. She lost her life. My uncle lost his life to it. But my mom and my dad made it through, you know, and I get my strength through them. But it was hard. It was hard growing up in the hood, man. And growing up there, you didn't know what you was going to eat every night. You know, It was nights where I went hungry. Plenty of nights, bro. That's why I eat a lot. For real, I'm always eating, bro. If you see me
making up for lost time,
bro, I'll be making up for lost time, dog, lost meals, starving. And I'm an athlete on top of that, so that counts too.
Yeah.
But it was hard, man. I've seen people get shot in front of me. I've seen people die in front of me. I've seen so much crazy stuff that we talked about it being desensitized to that toxic environment. And that was me at one point. And, you know, I didn't know how to regulate my emotions until I found football. And when I found football, I was able to regulate that and transmute it into that because that was my outlet because I didn't have anything else. You know, if I didn't have football, I wouldn't even be here talking to you right now. I wouldn't because I wouldn't have an outlet. I wouldn't be who I am. Football helped me. It has shaped me to who I am. So growing up in that environment, man, it just made me want to do things different, bro. It drove me to do it. It did, man. And then, like I always say, like people that know me and watch me grow up, they saw the things that my household went through. If y'all know what went on in Sheila's house, 3rd floor, well, 8th floor and 3rd floor, because we moved from 8th floor to 3rd floor. But if y'all know what happened in the house, man, and things that we went through and what we had made it out through, y'all know the story. And me growing up, you know, that's what it was like, bro. It was rough, but I made it through.
So talking about making it through, like how did you maintain and like keep a level head to make it out of the hood? Understanding
that you need to know that most people that where you're from, if you're from an environment like that's negative and toxic, majority of the people they're gonna be like that. So you have to be the counterpart of that.
Yeah.
You have to counteract everything. You have to do everything opposite, even if it makes you look like the weirdo, the oddball, the corny guy, the nerd, the geek, the whack one, the not so cool one. What's cool? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I just look at it as me growing up, I was put in special ed class. I was already outcast in 4th grade. 4th grade, I was put in special ed class. That's God telling me, yo, you're gonna go through a whole journey in life where you're gonna have to just stand out from everybody. I tried to be a follower. It didn't work.
He said, I tried. It did not work.
I literally tried to be a follower. Didn't work. Didn't work at all. And it's weird because every time I try to do something that I know I shouldn't have done, it never worked out good for me. Never. It never did, bro. You know, people don't understand that. It's like, yo, if you're doing something that's not meant for you if you're doing something and it's never a good turnout,
yeah.
What are you doing it for? You need to know that it's not where you belong. You don't belong there if it's not working out. If it works out, it's because you belong. Common sense tells you. You know, it ain't so common nowadays, but
facts.
If you're living and you know you're going through and you're doing something that you're not doing something that you're not supposed to be doing, and it's not working, you've been trying for years and years and years, rapping, thugging it out, living in the streets. If you keep getting locked up, give it up.
But some niggas can't, bro.
Yes, you can.
How if they don't know how?
Nah, niggas, look, the thing about niggas know how to do it. It's just niggas don't want to be looked at as corny. You know how many motherfuckers that's in the hood right now that's sitting on the corner knowing that they not supposed to be on that corner right now, but they scared of what the other nigga gonna think. They like, I want to leave, but I'm scared what this motherfucker gonna say to me. I'm scared that this person is going to judge me and call me corny, and I'm not gonna be welcomed back into my own hood because of the fact that I try to live a better life for myself. Do you know that? That's the whole reason why people stay in the hood. That's one of the main reasons. Top 3 reasons why people stay in the hood is because if they leave and if they do something different from the other dudes, they're gonna be looked at as weird and corny. They can't even fathom to receive that type of criticism or ridicule.
Yeah, from their peers.
Scared. They're literally scared to leave and do a better job for themselves. And it's crazy. That's crazy to me, bro.
Facts.
It's wild.
So like,
yeah.
He goes, yeah.
Yeah.
So being from the hood, you know, I'm sure you got the hood connects.
Yeah.
Playing football.
Yep.
I'm sure you got connects, you know, to where you are now. You know, I know we didn't get like super deep into, you know, what exactly brought you to this point, but how important are connections to you? How do you make them so easily?
I'm gonna answer that question, but I'm gonna answer the other question real quick. I want to just go into that real quick because I think that's very important. I think people should hear this. When I grew up where I grew up at, and I'm gonna segue into that after this. When I grew up where I grew up at, what got me to the point I am now was the fact that I knew I had to do everything different. Like I told you before, like everybody went left and I went right. Everybody went upstairs, I went downstairs. Everybody stayed inside, I stayed outside. I saw my family do the same thing. I saw my friends do the same thing. I saw everybody do the same thing. And I said, what am I gonna do to set myself apart from these people? Not to shit on them per se, but to show them that it's way more to life than what each and every one of y'all doing in this neighborhood right now. There's way more things that you could be doing with your life that I'm gonna show you that you can do through my work and through my life. Use my life as an example. Use my journey as an example. I tell my family that all the time. Use me as an example. Watch me. Root me on while you watching me. Believe in me. Give me energy. And I promise you, I will show you that it's possible that you can do this. And that's literally that's my mindset every single day. That's why I do what I do. I want to show the next youngin' in the hood that they can do that. I want to show you that, yo, there's way more to life than just playing ball, right? Or slinging dope, or just being a nobody, being a bum. You can do anything you set your mind to. But all it takes is for you to know that you will have a leader inside of you that's waiting to be born. You have a leader inside of you, young man, young woman. You have a leader inside of you right now that's waiting to be born, but you still in follower mode. Take your training wheels off. Do what you got to do. Bump the criticism. Bump what everybody else got to say. Stop caring about what everybody... It's your life, your vehicle. Drive that like I did. I'm still driving mine. Why can't you drive yours? If I try to get in your car right now, you're going to be like, yo, why don't you get in your own car?
If you drove here. But if you needed a ride, I'd give you a ride.
But you know what I mean, though.
I know what you mean. I'm just fucking with you.
But guess what? Even if you give me a ride, I'm going to have to get out at some point.
It's true.
So I look at it as like, do what you got to do. The criticism is going to be there whether you do it or not. Whether you do it right or wrong. You know, whether you do it late or early, it don't matter. It's still going to be there. Don't care about that. Care about what you got to do. Do you have a goal? What do you want to accomplish? 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line. Okay, what are you going to do to get there? I'm going to start right now. Start. And watch how things end up for you. That's how I got here. I just started and kept going and then realized that I tried to be a follower. It didn't work. I needed to be a leader. And I just started walking in that light. Which segues me into the next question. It was about football, right? Or sports, networking.
Yeah.
Networking. Getting out the hood a lot. Going to different neighborhoods. Going to different towns. Going to college. Playing football, but going to other towns to network and talk to people. Seeing, like, growing up where I grew up at, I got raised by the village. Shout out to the village. Everybody. I'm talking about everybody in the village and Spirit Village, Projects, APP. I love all y'all. Arlene, Rosa, my Aunt Laverne, my mom, who else? All my cousins, Rosa, Makia, everybody else out there. I love y'all because y'all had a lot to do with me seeing different facets of family for me to understand on a grand level of like, yo, I took every teaching. Charlie, Florentina, Charlie, Big Charles, I love all y'all. Y'all, thank you. They showed me certain ways of how certain family structures should go. And that's how I'm able to network with everybody like that because I was able to live in certain households and be under certain roofs to like, that's how that family rock. Let me take that and add it to my bag. Let me take that and add that to my bag. Let me be more universal than more city-like. I want to become a universal person. I don't want to become a city-like person. So learning from different families, culture structures, seeing different things, it really just embedded that in me. And I started knowing more things. And I just started saying, you know what? Networking is what's going to get me to these levels, because then I can relate to other people. When we go other places, what do? Network. When I see the Spanish people, what do?
¿Qué lo que?
Yeah, I speak Spanish to them.
You say, ¿qué lo que?
¿Qué lo que, mané? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo tú estás, mami? O ¿cómo tú estás, mi hermano? You know, ¿cómo te llamas? Mucho gusto. Mi nombre es Speedy, mucho gusto. Where's the food at? I need some food. Tengo hambre mucho.
Comida.
Yeah, like, ¿cuánto comida tú tienes? Like,
yeah.
You know, like you gotta speak. You gotta know how to be a chameleon. And I think with me, being a chameleon is very, very useful and conducive for where I'm doing right now. I'm a networker. I'm a content creator. I'm a motivational speaker, whatever you want to call, life coach. I need to be relatable to the people. So in order to be relatable, I have to speak a lot.
Yeah.
But you know, there's times you see me, I'm quiet. I'm cooling. I'm in my cocoon. In that space right there, I'm just gathering up a lot of things. So when I go out in the world, I know what to do.
Yeah.
You know? So networking is very important. I think without networking, you ain't got no net. You know? But don't depend on the network like we was talking about earlier. Yeah. Don't depend on the networks. You got to use the network and then do your own due diligence after that. You know, get yourself in the door and stay in the room. You know, get yourself through the door and stay in there. So yeah, network is very important.
Word. Where do you think, or at what point in your life do you think you've made like the most connections? I know it's like never ending, but was there a phase in your life where you feel like, yo, your network really did that for you? Like, yo, like I'm here, or I got to this point because of my network.
Yo, it's crazy because every day is like that. Like, I have hundreds of people hitting me up every day sometimes telling me how much I've like they admire my work and they would like for me to do this. Like I told you, like brand ambassador of like 4 companies is because of me networking. Like, and I look at that and I'm just like, damn, like my impact going out my way. And I told you, it all came from me stepping outside my comfort zone.
Yeah.
Being who I was, walking in my true self. When you're authentic, people sense that through the camera, in person, no matter where you are, they're going to sense the authenticity. And I think that's what got me into networking. Like my coach, I told you before, when I moved up here, the day I moved up here, I had to go to a speech in Connecticut. And it's from my college coach who benched me. He benched me, bro. My senior season of college, he benched me, bro.
The whole season?
Whole season. I was second string running back.
Did you play?
I played. Of course I played. And I was an intricate part of the team. Don't get me wrong. I was supposed to be a captain. Didn't step up. I was being a follower. Matter of fact, I wasn't being a follower. I didn't believe in myself.
You know who did believe?
He did.
God did.
I ain't see that one. I ain't catch that one. Oh, man, you... Word up. God did. God did. God believed. And he saw that in me. He always told me that. And he hit me up. Like, I guess we some way cross paths on social media again. Mm-hmm. And like, he hit me up. He was like, yo, like, I'm glad to see you. Like, I'm glad to see you doing your thing. Like, I love your videos. We'll keep it up. Then one day, you know, he hit me up like, yo, would you like to come speak at a memorial luncheon? I'm like, absolutely. He was like, you know, my sister passed away last year, 2 years ago. I would love for you to come speak here in front of my family, in front of the people that's, you know, my wife's family, stuff like that. It would be lovely. Like, it would be cool if you come. And I'm like, absolutely. So I came up there. He paid me for it. And I did what I had to do. But that's what I mean by networking, bro. Like, you never know how much a connect can, like, take. Like, it's literally a connect is residual. It's passive, bro. You know, you never know who you're gonna need. This was, and mind you, this was 6 years ago. 6 years ago, bro.
That's why you never know. That's why you never burn any bridges.
Never burn bridges, bro.
Because what he said? He said only God could walk on water.
Only God can walk on water. Oh my God, that's very
tough.
true. So I did that, and then that's just like another. That's one example of just like your networks never. Oh, it's always gonna work for you if you handle it right. You know, it wasn't no bad blood. I was angry. I didn't play, but then again, look how it worked out because I found myself, and I realized I found the leader in me that he saw. All my coaches would tell me that. You know, in high school, I won the coaches award as a player.
Wait, the coaches award.
In high school, I got the coaches award. And the reason why I got the coaches award was due to the fact that I was literally the coach's favorite. Like, I was so much of a team player, and I was laying out for the team. Like, I was like everywhere, bro. And I was a captain. They just love my attitude towards the team. They just love how I handled things. They just love how I battled through the adversity. And every coach, I was favored by all the coaches. So they literally made an award up for me, the coaches award, and they gave it to me. Like, what the hell? Why? Like, why? But college, the same thing. Like, my college coaches will always tell me, they all loved me. You know, one of my other coaches, Coach Mahaley, called me Big Dog, Little House. I'm a big dog, but I'm in a little body. You feel me? You know what I mean? It's just funny how that goes. But
yo, Big Dog, Little House is crazy.
That's OD crazy, bro. But what I'm saying is that I didn't know the leader in me, but they did back then. People saw my potential. I didn't know how to embody it or really embrace it until I had to go through that trial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I found myself, and then next thing you know, 6 years later, he hit me up like, I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you're seeing what you are. I'm glad to see that you're walking in what I knew you can walk in 6 years ago. It took you to not start. It took you to fail. It took you to go through this. But you did exactly what I knew you can do. And you're doing it at the perfect time. Hey, maybe football wasn't the place for me to lead. Maybe motivational speaking was. Maybe content creating was. Maybe being a life coach was. That's how I look at it. I don't look at it football as like, I'm not hung up on that at all.
It's tough.
You know? And that, you know, I'm pretty sure you got another question, so ask the question. I got questions for you too.
Well, I mean, since we're on the topic of football, you know, how hard was it to let go of football and then, you know, take that leap of faith into business?
The leap of faith from football, it was pretty. How can I want to contextualize it the right way before I get into it. I truly think that football served its purpose, so I didn't leave with nothing like on me, you know, regretting anything.
Yeah.
You know, I left it all out there. I got into the sport of football when I was 8. So I've been playing for like 18 years, for a very long time. So me getting out of there, me getting to the level I got in that high school, college, semi-pro, overseas, Iceland. Like, I've done some things. I've touched some places, and I feel like I gave it my all, bro. I really did. I wasn't the best player. I wasn't the superstar. Yeah. I was one of the top players on the team. I was a very decent player. The greatest role player, I think, on any team that I'm on. I could play my role, and I play it perfectly. And I got into those levels by me just knowing that I was able to get there, and I willed myself there. And when I got to the point of retirement, it was 2019, going into 2020. It was my last season of playing football, and I just came from a trip in Iceland. I played my last season for the New York Bears. Shout out to the Bears team. Grizzly gang, I love you. Blake Kakowski, that's my brother for life. Rest in peace to you. Mike Rodriguez, Dewan, Unique, Steve, Pop, everybody, Rondo, Cal, Coach James, everybody on the squad. I just love all y'all. Shout out to y'all. When I had finished my season with them, I realized, like, I did it, bro. coming from where I came from, I did it. I played football internationally, bro, and scored the touchdown. I did it, bro. I made it. I cried when I was in Iceland. And the reason why I get a little emotional thinking about this is because Blake, my brother who passed away in June, he was there to put his arm on my shoulder when I was shedding tears in Iceland.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, yo, you did it, bro. You doing your thing, man. Like, I'm proud of you. Like, you know, that means a lot to me because people from where I come from, they can't say they did that, bro. So the reason why I shedded the tears is because, for one, I did it for my sister. I did it for my brother. And I also did it for the people who feel like they can't go that far. I did it for those people. I'm still doing it for them. I'm still doing it for those people that feel like they can't get out of that environment to do something conducive for themselves. Right. I'm setting the tone and the standard for y'all. So the next youngin coming out of Passaic, New Jersey, or wherever you're at in the world, look at me. Use me as an example to know that you can get through anything, any walks of life. I lost 2 siblings in my life, man, and I'm doing it for them. I couldn't tell them how great they are and what potential that they have, but I'm going to tell y'all. I couldn't tell my brother and sister, so I'm going to tell my brothers and sisters. You know? So football, got that out the way. I retired gracefully, proudly. Proudly, and I had nothing else to give, and I feel great. Organized football, because then I started playing flag football, and then I walked away from that too. I'm able to drop things. Yeah. I think that goes into what we was talking about, non-attachment. Yeah. Not being attached to certain things, you know? Being free of everything. Nothing can hold you hostage. You know, but I understand how hard it is for a lot of athletes out there, if y'all watching this now, how hard it is to find your purpose in life after sports. We've dealt with it before where we like, yo, what do we do with life? You know, it's very hard, man. It's very hard for a lot of athletes. That's why I speak the way I speak for athletes, youngins that's coming up. If y'all don't know any other alternatives but to play sports, use me as an example, like I said, to help you navigate to find what you really want to do in life. And it ain't nothing wrong with having a job. It ain't nothing wrong with finding a career job. It ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody ain't meant to be an entrepreneur, businessman, content creator, motivational speaker, whatever you want to. Everybody ain't meant to do that. But you are meant to do what you want to do in life, right? Yeah. So I always tell people, do what you got to do to find your way in this world. And use me as an example if you can. Talk to me and I'll give you the game on how I navigated through the toxicities of my neighborhood to tell my story, to use it as a means to me getting paid for it, also to inspire others. That's what I do. And that's what I'm still working towards. So yeah, bro.
So what advice can you give somebody else that, you know, is trying to do, you know, everybody's path is different, but, you know, for people that are trying to live free, what's a piece of advice you can give them?
People that's trying to live free right now, I just want you to know that if you're living in any environment where you feel like you're boxed in, I want you to understand that if you stay in that box for a very long time, you're never gonna know what it's like to be outside of it. So let's say if somebody come and get you out of that box, you're not gonna know how to accept that. Yeah. You're not gonna know how to exist outside of it. So bump the criticism. Stop listening to people who don't serve you and resonate with you well, right? Know what you got to do in this life. If you know you ain't supposed to repeat the cycle that your parents did, you're going to have to break it. That means you got to do everything opposite. That means you got to know that inside of yourself lives someone that's going to make it. Inside of you, there's something that's going, I promise you, free everything and everybody that's around you. But it's going to take you. It ain't going to take nobody else but you. You the one. Ain't mom, ain't brother, ain't sister, ain't auntie, ain't nobody else but you. You built for it. Yeah. God assigned you to be built for it, so you got to do it now. And guess what? And it's going to be hard. But guess what? You built for it. And guess what? You're going to lose, you're going to learn, you're going to win, and you're going to gain wisdom. Facts. I go by a rule. 2 L's, 2 W's in life. First you lose. Then you learn after you lose. Then you win after you learn and lose. Then you gain wisdom after you win, lose, and learn. That's it. Because guess what? When you look at 2 L's, what is it? What is that? What is that?
Big dub.
Big W. So you winning either way. Look at that. 2 L's equals a W. So what we really talking about? Losing. Come on, man. So you got to understand that you're destined for greatness. Youngins out there, you destined for greatness. I couldn't tell my brother. The reason why I pour the passion that I do in people is because I couldn't do that to my sister. I couldn't do that to her. I couldn't do that to my oldest brother. They were both products of their environment. They fell and subject themselves to that type of destitution growing up. And I couldn't tell them that growing up. Yeah. So now I have to make a way to tell the younger brothers and sisters coming up, even the older brothers and sisters coming up right now, that they can do whatever they set their mind to and that they're greater than what they appear. Right. So enough about me. I just want to ask you a few questions, bro. Wait, real quick, man. Let me hold on, man, because you from Boston, right?
Boston kid.
You from Boston, right?
Parked my car on the street and I went to the Dorchester pub and I got a coffee from Dunkin'.
How was it for you growing up? Like, you know, growing up in these neighborhoods, man. Like, how was it? Did you grow up in the boonies? Did you grow up in the hood? Like, how was it?
So I think I'm pretty half and half. You know, up until I was about 11, 12, you know, I grew up in Dorchester right before the true adolescence years.
Yeah.
Being a teenager.
Yeah.
Before shit was about to get real spooky.
Ooh.
You know, my mom moved us out of the hood.
Yep.
But I lived in Dorchester. My grandmother had a 3-family house out there. And, you know, it was a war zone. You feel me? I saw crazy shit as a kid.
Yo, tell me about it.
You know, I was in between 2 different hoods, like 2 different territories type shit. And, you know, my block or my street, you know, was a different hood.
Yeah.
They had beef with. You know how this shit works in the streets.
Fucking crazy.
But
insane. Glad you survived it, bro. Glad mommy had the.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't even think, like, looking back, you know, I learned so much from my mom, like, and she don't even realize that I learned a lot from her, because it's not like she was trying to intentfully teach me certain things. But as a kid, you're a sponge.
Yeah.
Soak up everything. And like me being like my keen self and just paying attention to everything. I don't miss when it comes to paying attention.
Peeping game, yeah.
I peep game. So my mom taught me a lot of different things. So, you know, I don't think she purposely moved us out of the hood. Maybe she did. You know, I never really had that conversation with her, but I just always imagined what it would be like if, you know, I didn't end up in the suburbs. I would have turned into a product of the environment.
Yeah, of course, bro. Wow.
So yeah, like I feel like I left just in time, you know, and I spent time Dorchester, Mattapan, Quincy, Taunton.
Mattapan was crazy.
Yeah, Murder Pen.
I like that. That's crazy. Mattapan, Murder Pen. Damn.
Murder Pen. You know, I lived downtown Boston. I lived Quincy, Weymouth. Now I live in Braintree. So I've seen all parts of life. I've seen the hood. I've seen the demons. I've seen rich folks, white folks, black, Mexican, Spanish, Dominican, Asian. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
And you said something that, you know, was very interesting about just peeping culture, kind of like adapting and kind of taking shit for your bag. You know, I never really did that. In the sense of like, I never really did that. Good artist copy, great artist still. Baby, what's up?
It's not even stealing at that point. It's just they give it to you, you just take, bro. And that's what you're supposed to do.
But I never really dived too deep into cultures in the sense, apart from like my family's culture.
Yeah.
You know, my dad's side of the family is from the Caribbean, and even that culture I didn't really dive too much into. But like I said, I peep game. I peep a lot of stuff. I see how certain cultures move.
Yeah. And you're able to adapt to it.
Certain culture in particular that, you know, you got to pay very close attention to.
Yeah.
See how they move. So, you know, in my bag, I got a lot of different stuff. You know, I know how to operate any different situation around many different people. So
absolutely, bro. And like with that, How long did it take you? So you feel like you always had that?
Always.
I like that. I think me too. Like, obviously, we both always talk about that. It's very important to have that third eye sharp.
Very.
You know what I mean?
Before I even knew what a third eye was.
Right. We were already embodying that without even knowing it.
Yeah.
I told you I can remember back when I was born. You laughing? I'm dead serious.
Yo, nigga said I could remember to when I was born. That's crazy.
Remember.
That's OD.
I remember. I don't remember mentally, but I remember energetically. Crazy. But what I'm saying is that for you, like growing up and navigating through those ways, those neighborhoods and stuff, and growing up as a young athlete and, you know, having dreams, having hoop dreams and doing that, I want to ask you this. How did it end? Like the hoop dream thing, like, cause I know you was very big on basketball.
You know, I love basketball. My pops played basketball. I don't think really anybody else in my family really played like that. I know one of my uncles had played.
On a scale of 1 through 10, how good was your dad?
Probably like 10 being what?
Like 10 being like
LeBron James?
Yeah, like
Kobe Bryant?
Yeah, what kind of tier he was in?
You know, I was a baby, but you know, hearing the stories and watching the old VHS tapes and shit like that, I'll probably give him like a 8.
Yeah?
8. He was tough.
And he was NBA bound.
Yeah, 6'4", 220. He's probably like 220 now. He's probably like he was lean.
He was like 190, 180,
190.
So he was a bucket.
He was a bucket and he had stupid bounce.
What?
Remember when he said that dumb shit in the car? He was like, "Yo, they used to call me Duck."
Yeah.
Shut up.
But you saying shut up, but is that true though?
Nigga, I was a baby.
You wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know. I'm just speaking on what I heard. You know what I mean? I don't remember from when I was born.
Maybe they did call him Duck though. You never know that.
I don't know. I know he got a lot of different nicknames, but Duck was not one that I heard. Growing up.
Yo. So Pops was a different breed in basketball. He was going.
Yeah, he was definitely going.
He was like top what? Like he wasn't first round. Was he first round?
No, back in those days, you know, they had the straight out of high school.
Oh, so they was looking at him like that?
I'm not sure if they was looking at him like that, but I know he did.
I forgot they did have that.
You know, play out of college. But to be honest, like you have to ask him.
You would cook your dad
right now?
Yeah.
Come on, nigga. What?
But I'm saying, like, your dad, how old is he? 50 something?
No, my dad's like 46, 47.
He young as hell. So you saying you would cook your dad still?
My dad hasn't touched a basketball in probably 10 years.
Oh, damn. All right, yeah, you cooking him. It's over, yeah. Same with my dad. I'll smoke that motherfucker now. Yeah. Smoking him.
Yeah.
Easy. My dad smoked me back in the day. That like my father was, I'm Speedy because of him. Well, I'm Speedy because my grandfather, his father, like, my family is like, they got like a few NFL players and stuff like that, like Jack Tatum. If y'all don't know who Jack Tatum is, from Passaic till he played for the Raiders, they call him the assassin. He was like one of the first players to paralyze somebody. Neck down.
Damn.
Different breed, dog, gritty. Taking motherfuckers' helmets off when you hit them.
Big dog, big house?
Bro, no, he wasn't even that big. He was like 6'1", but he was just a dog, bro. Different, not scared of no contact, going head to head, just cracking motherfuckers, bro. Yeah, got that blood in me.
Yeah. True athletic gene.
Yeah. So hoop dreams for you, like, when did it end?
I think for me, once I realized like I wasn't really gonna have like a professional career.
Yeah.
I think around 17, 18, that's when I started getting into like, I started peaking. I put my foot in the water with business and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Learning about stuff like that.
So, what got you into that?
I mean, I come from a family of entrepreneurs, bro. Like,
more entrepreneurs than athletes. Huh?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Got it.
So like, mom, hustler,
Straight hustler.
dog, like
Straight different breed
hustler,
by any means.
any means necessary. And like I said,
Respectfully.
I get a lot of great attributes from my mom. I get a lot of bad attributes and negative attributes from her as well.
Yeah.
But grandfather, hustler,
I remember you told me about grandpa.
hustler. Like, when I think of hustler, I see his name in the dictionary.
Damn.
So like, obviously he taught my mom. You know, my mom taught me. You feel me?
Pass it down, baby. That's what it's all about. Inheritance.
My dad's father, entrepreneur. My dad, entrepreneur. So, and like hustlers are entrepreneurs too.
Yes, sir.
So both sides of my family, you know, I just was seeing get it by any means at every angle. So that's in my blood. So at a young age, you know, I'm talking about like even growing up, 7, 8, 9, 10, teenagers, you know, I was watching entrepreneurs. When I became a teenager and, you know, I started to be able to think for myself and articulate my own thoughts, peep what's going on.
Yep.
That's when I knew, like, this is what I got to do. I got to hustle.
Hell yeah, bro. And how has entrepreneur or hustling been for you so far?
I mean, I love entrepreneurship and I love hustling because
I'm gonna tell you how it's been. You see that? That's what we all about, baby. Avaria, baby.
yeah, man. You know, in Avaria, you know, that's my current phase right now. And like a lot of people don't understand what it means to me to have not even just a business, because I don't even look at it as a business.
Yeah.
You know, just to have something that has so much intrinsic value. You know, I wake up every day with Avaria on my mind. Like,
Yep.
and you know the deeper meaning behind
Of course.
it. And if you don't know me, you probably don't.
Yeah.
But if you know me, at least, you know
what's up.
you know what's up. But yeah, entrepreneurship, it means a lot to me. It means the world to me, and I love it so much because there's no ceiling. You know, there's a lot of risk involved.
Yeah.
But the opportunities are endless to what you can do. You know, a lot of people are afraid of failing. A lot of people are afraid of taking a risk. A lot of people are afraid of, you know, whatever it may be, spending too much money, or what if it doesn't work out? I love that shit. I really love that shit. Like, I love not knowing what's gonna happen next.
Me too, bro. I'm crazy about that. Like, I love just taking a leap and be like, yo, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm here.
You know what's crazy too? I could never keep a job throughout my entire life.
And it's not like you couldn't. It's just that you didn't want to stay in it.
It's very painful, very, very soul aching.
It is.
I probably never lasted at a job longer than
3 months.
3 months. I was gonna say 3 months, but I'm thinking about a job that I think I had for almost a year, which I really loved. I loved that job because it was very fucking easy.
Yeah.
I made more money than I ever made in my life doing nothing.
What
at that time, I was working at a hotel.
For real?
That union I was telling you about.
Oh, word. It
Benefits, nigga. You feel me? It was
Chilling.
sweet.
It was like right out of high school, you said, right?
No, that was my freshman year of college.
Oh, word. Damn.
So that was probably the longest job that I had, but any other job.
Felt constricted, right?
Bro, it's just like, this is not for me.
Bro.
This is not for me. And then, you know.
For families that don't understand that, if you're a family, you're a parent, and you have a young son or a young daughter that's entrepreneurial minded that you might not know about, there's the reason why they can't keep a job. It's not that they can't keep it, it's that they don't want to, due to the simple fact that we don't like being constricted and we don't like being boxed in, and we have creative, abstract minds that we would like to properly put out in the world for those to draw inspiration from, and we grow our business and make you rich and have you living in the hills and have us living comfortably. Thank you. I'm sorry.
But not yeah. And then after that job, I think was that my last job? Was that my last job?
Nah, that was an actual last job, like ever.
Bro, that was my last job.
Like your last official job
in 2018.
And then after that, that was when you was just freelancing after that?
Just freelance, hustling, you know, really tapping into that hustler spirit. I mean, I did like Lyft.
Independent contractor, though.
Independent contractor. And, you know, no bullshit. Like, I think that was like 2018, 2019. Lyft kept me afloat for a long time.
Uber kept me afloat, too. Uber definitely kept me afloat. The first thing I did when I got my car, I went straight to Uber. I literally got my car the same night, same next day, or next week, or 3 days later, I turned my car into an asset instead of a liability.
Yeah.
That was around the time when I was reading my Rich Dad, Poor Dad stuff. It's 2018, I think, 2019. It's like, you know what? Let me just, instead of just driving this thing around, let me make some money with it.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what I did. You know, and I think everybody should do that. Like, just look at acquiring more assets than liabilities. Sometimes it's hard to acquire assets, but you just got to train your mind subconsciously to do that. You know, like you did. Yeah. Like we're both doing right now. Like we're pretty much like building our little brands up. I don't want to say that. I'm sorry, bro. Spare me. I don't want to say little because it's something big or brewing right now. I don't think I understand what y'all looking at right now. There's some crazy shit in Boston right now. I'm sorry to tell you. So when you see this shit everywhere in Boston, don't be surprised. Just know that this man is a part of it. This man is in charge of it. But we're growing our businesses out. And one thing that I always think about is the fact that stepping outside your comfort zone is like the most important thing as an entrepreneurial-minded person to do. Don't hold yourself in no boxes, bro. You know? Like, at all. Because once you do that, you marginalize yourself. You can't even get past a certain barrier. Then you wonder why you can't grow. Then you wonder why your business ain't brewing or growing up. And it's like, it's because you're marginalizing yourself due to everybody else's opinions.
Right.
You know, there's people, and this is something I was thinking about earlier, about when we was talking about the hood. You know, there's people in the hood right now there's people in the hood living right now that have gifts, that have like artistic gifts, musical gifts, athletic gifts, and they sit on a corner right now, not going out to live their life because they're scared of ridicule and criticism.
I would take the gifts even deeper than just music and athletics.
What would you take it to?
Just creative gifts, and like I said, creativity is boundless. Like,
yeah,
bro. There's people that could draw, you know, and just because you draw doesn't mean you have to be a painter or an artist. You could be a structural engineer.
Very true. You could be an
architect.
Yep, architect.
You know what I mean? Like, there's people who
can build houses for people before they're built.
Yeah, bro. Like,
crazy.
You gotta have a passion for health.
Yep, that's an art.
And you don't know why you care about people in the way that you care about people. You don't know why, like, if somebody gets injured, you trying to be right there trying to figure out. You feel me? You don't know why.
You have that knack to try to fix some shit on a person. That's great. That's art.
That's art. Yeah, it is art. But, I mean, just there's so many gifts apart from rapping and hooping, playing football. And I think that's something that, you know, wouldn't even say this generation, because this generation is kind of past that phase. But
yeah.
The generation coming up, that's something that they have to understand. Like, you don't have to be a hooper. You don't got to be a rapper.
You don't.
You can literally make money doing anything in this world.
Anything, bro.
You can be whatever you want.
I'm going to tell y'all a story real quick. I literally made, and I told you this already. I made $1,000 in a week selling an ebook for $10. You want to know how I did it? Stepped outside my comfort zone and hit everybody up that I felt was behind me and could support me to help me making $1,000. And if you want to learn how to make $1,000, let me know, and I'll teach you. Easy work, though. But the whole point, the whole key word to what I just said is work. You got to be willing to work hard to do what you got to do to get what you want in life. You know, it's a lot of people, like we was talking about before, like, you're sitting on gifts, man.
Untapped potential.
Stop sitting. untapped potential that's inside of you right now that you have yet to unleash because you're scared of an opinion. You scared what this dude gonna say to you because you want to step away from where they at. You don't want to be there deep down inside enough, but you know that if you step away, you're gonna be called corny, you're gonna be called whack, you ain't gonna be welcome back in the hood. You kidding me? You kidding me, dog? Then you wonder why you're stuck in the same spot. You wonder why you gotta rob people too. Because you don't know how to get outside of there and really do what you got to do to materialize the wealth that you want. But you want to stay in the hood. You want to stay in front of the store. You want to stay in front of a block in the hood that you don't even own, but you claim. But the city got tabs on that, but not you. But guess what happens? The only thing you got tabs on is the city hall you going to for being locked up. And then you got to be bailed out. That shit is corny, bro. You know what I mean? Like, get up out of that lifestyle, bro. If you in there right now, if y'all ain't out there in the hood, bro, like, yo, that shit is whack, bro. It's whack. It's corny now. All that is corny now. We got a lot of duplicates now. Everybody is a duplicate of the hood now. People that ain't even from the hood come to the hood to be a duplicate. How you come from outside? How you coming in to do that? You got a great future. You got a great gift that you're doing right now, but you want to put that down, go to a hood, squander it away, get consumed by it, and then wonder what happened. Kidding me? Come on, man. We got to do better, man. And there's a lot of that going on, man. I just want to stress that, yo, it ain't supposed to be like that, man. That's what I do. I give people the motivation to walk in their purpose. Yeah. I give people the energy to walk in their purpose. I ain't here to help you find it. I'm here to give you confidence to walk in what you already know.
So you don't help people find their purpose?
I don't. I help them walk in their purpose I help them see and walk in what they already know. I'm just a spark to keep you sharp. That's it. I am just a spark to keep you sharp. I ain't nothing else but that. You want a piece of insight and motivation to go towards your goals? Come to my page. Hit me up, talk to me, book a consultation. Book me to come speak to your children. I'm going to tell them what they already know. But I'm going to hit them in areas and pockets that they never been hit in before. So I'm going to say it different. The energy going to be different. And you going to hear me out. You going to listen to what I got to say to you. Because I'm going to make sure I get through. Because I understand that some people ain't talked to in a certain way. So I know where I'm going. You tell me to go to a Spanish neighborhood, I know who I'm talking to. Tell me to go to a black neighborhood, I know who I'm going to. You tell me to go to a white neighborhood, I know who I'm going to. I'm going to know how I speak. I'm going to know how to conduct myself in that neighborhood, and I'm going to really get through to you in the greatest way possible. Because I just understand. Like we was talking about this, the cultures, the ethnicities, the ethnic groups. I've been raised by the village. Like being raised by the village got me so far ahead to understand people on a grand level. I'm here now understanding anybody that comes in my way. I don't care if you Asian, black, I don't care who you are. I understand you. Give me a hug. It's okay. I love you too. Yeah, you don't know why you're telling me about your whole entire life, but I understand why you're telling me it. Give me a hug. I love you. Oh, you never heard I love you before? I understand. That's what really get people. A lot of people ain't acknowledged in life. So I love acknowledge. That's one thing I love doing, bro, is acknowledging people. You gotta be seeing the look on people's faces when you acknowledge them. Did you see Adam today? Mm-hmm. When I acknowledged him, he was like, I could see it in his eye. Like he was like, yo, people love that, bro. People, is an unspoken language in human nature is that people want to be acknowledged, but people don't want to say they want to be acknowledged. And that's something I learned very early in life. You know? Because I was that kid. I wanted to be acknowledged at certain points. And I didn't want to say it. But people saw it on my face. And when people did it, I don't forget that. And I take that with me. And I let that be the motivating, driving factor to what I'm doing in life. And that's why I do it to other people. Because they're going to take it with them. And it's going to take them through life. You know an acknowledgement that can carry somebody through life? Do you know that, bro? Like, there's people that, one acknowledgement to the right person can carry you through life too. Because next thing you know, that person is going to be like, yo, I remember you. You said this to me 10 years ago, and I want to give you something. Life changing. Boom, right there. Acknowledgement. I'm acknowledging y'all right now through social media by speaking life to you through social media. I reach hundreds of thousands and millions of people on social media, and I acknowledge what they're going through. That's big. That's why I say, like, this is a satellite, y'all. This is an airplane. You can travel anywhere in the world and touch people with your words and with your art and with your content and what you got. Use this. This is your airplane. Private jet. You never been on one? Well, guess what? You got one in your hand. All right? Stop acting like you don't got one in your hand. Because guess what? You can go right here. You can go on YouTube. You can go on Instagram. You can literally put yourself in a search engine or a different part of the world right now. You can put yourself in India right now, and you're there. So private jet, what? What we talking about? You just literally traveled and put your content where you wanted to go. So when you physically go there, people going to recognize who you are. Brings me to this next story. I was walking in the mall last week, 2 weeks ago. I'm walking through. I work in the mall too. Going through the mall. I'm walking past lids. So I'm on the phone, and all I hear was like, "Yo, aren't you that dude from TikTok?" I looked around. I'm like, he talking to me. He said, "Yo, you." He's like, "Yeah, you." I'm like, "What's up, bro?" He's like, "Yo, I love your videos, bro. Like, you're great, bro. Like, yo, your motivation, that shit helped me, yada, yada, yada." I'm just like, you know what? This is what it's all about right here. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. You from Canada, dog. Private jet. Used it. I'm from Canada, bro. I'm watching your videos every day. All right, what's your TikTok? I'm going to follow you back, bro.
It's an interesting concept.
Boom. Followed him. Showed mad love to the kid. Made me feel great. But that's what it's all about. You never know who you're going to reach, bro. You never know. Put it out, bro. Fly, spread your wings. One more point I want to make. It is very taboo for a bird, a grown bird at that, to stay in the nest. The mother raised you up to fly and do all these great things, and you still want to stay in the nest. What's wrong with you? You crazy? You supposed to be the mother after that. But you want to stay with mom? Get your ass out the nest and go fly, please. Your wings are ready and strong enough to carry you through to your own nest to start making it. Why you staying in the nest? Leave. Get out. Don't be afraid. You know how many birds fall out the tree every day and get up and start flying again? Might be you, but guess what? You got the wings that's strong enough to carry you through to that next tree to build your house, build your family, build your life, build your lifestyle, build everything up. You got to do it. You'll never want to be a grown bird in the nest again. Got to leave. That was my point.
Word.
But yeah, man, like, you know, it's important, man. And another thing I want to bring you to, I want to ask you, bro, it's very important, I think, is losing, right? How do you handle losing, bro? Like, as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, as one who conducts proper great business in Boston, how do you handle the L's in losing?
I don't lose.
It's
just that simple. I mean, obviously things don't happen the way I want them to happen sometimes,
right.
But losing is not in my vocabulary. And I'm not saying that to be like, to sound corny or anything like that. It's just very, very true on how I operate.
Yeah.
Like, I believe that I'm an alchemist. I believe that I have a very strong power of manifestation.
Yes.
So, and I've noticed in my life, if I think about bad things happen. If I think about good things happen.
True alchemist.
And
literally, me too, bro. I feel that.
And that's a conversation for another day. But, you know, losing, like, and I said this, I just don't say that word. Like, I don't even think about that word.
It's powerful, bro.
And then, you know, one of the questions that, you know, I heard somebody ask somebody else, and that shit just stuck with me. And I started thinking about that shit. I'm like, yo. And the question was, Do you hate to lose or do you love to win?
Damn. Do you hate to lose or do you love to win? Damn. See, I like that. I like that a lot because I do love to win. It's weird with me. I love to lose, though. You want to know why I love to lose? Because, like I told you, I live by that rule, the 2 L's, the 2 W's. So either way, I'm going to win at the end of the day. So is really an L a loss to me, or is it making up for that W? I feel like since I told y'all, like, this is what makes, and like, two L's make a dub, right? So I look at it as, like, when I see 1 L forming, I'm like, all right, other L is forming, which is the lesson after the loss, which creates the W. So I'm like, I'm winning either way. I'm going to learn, man. That's the win. That's part of the win. Mm-hmm. So I like that concept, though. Do you love to win or do you hate to lose? That's deep. Damn. Never thought of that before. I'm gonna write that down too. Write that down right now, as a matter of fact. Do you love to win or do you hate to lose? So, what is success to you? If we're talking about that, what is success? What is winning to you?
You know, winning doesn't necessarily have to correlate to success. Obviously, if you win, that is a success that you should celebrate.
Yeah.
Success to me is working towards something every day. That's what success is to me. I don't think the end goal, or, you know, having a big house, having a nice car, having a lot of money.
Yep.
Yeah, you're successful, but what are you working towards?
Like a means to an end, pretty much. Like, you don't want it to be a means to an end.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because all that shit is a means to an end.
Yeah, I agree.
So working towards something and, you know, just having that be real, having that feel real, that is a successful person.
Damn.
To me. That's just my
so
opinion
like
on success.
Before we go, like, I want to ask another question. Is like for you, like we was talking about this before, about like past, present, future. I think you had a concept. What was the concept again? About living in a, I forget what it was.
So basically thinking about the past is what causes depression. Living in the past, you're thinking about stuff that happened. That makes you depressed. Thinking about what's going to happen in the future is the reason why you're anxious. So I like that concept. To be honest, like, actually, I don't even know if I should say this, but actually, I'm not going to say it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the concept.
Word. Yo, that's very profound to me, because I definitely want to tell people out there that's living, like, including yourself, like, living in the past. When you live in the past, you can't live right now.
Yeah.
And it's very important to live in the now, because when you're not present, right, you can't be present with your presence. You can't give your gift right now if you're so focused on what happened yesterday and what's going to happen tomorrow. You got to find that midpoint where you are right now. The second you're in right now, you need to embrace that, because the next second later is later. It's literally later. So on and so forth. You got to find ways to live in it now, man. A lot of people want to live in the future too much, and it's like, yo, you're freezing yourself up. You say you becoming too anxious, right? Like, that's very true, because you thinking about what's gonna happen, and you're not even thinking about what's happening. You got to think about what's happening. You got to see what's happening. Be present. Embrace everything that's around you. Embrace people. Embrace experiences. Embrace energy. Embrace the time you're in. Embrace it. Because when you get there, when you get to where you want to be, which is in the future, you're going to be regretting that you didn't embrace the past. And that should make you want to embrace the present when you get there. So right now, living in the present right now, your goal is to live right now for now. Because right now makes up to next Right now, the present makes up for the future. It makes that up. Right now, me talking right now, I'm going to be talking to you. I'm talking to you in the present to create a response from you in the future, which is probably another minute from now. I understand that, which is why I'm so present right now. I'm not thinking about what happened before. I'm thinking about what I'm talking about right now going into the future. It's very imperative for people to know that, because when you hold yourself hostage with the past, you can't be present. You just can't. And when you hold yourself hostage going to the future too much, you can't be present either. So it's best for you to be present. Embrace everything you got going. I don't care if you're losing, winning, poor, rich. I don't care what it is. You got to embrace right now where you at. Realize what you got, what gifts you got, what money you got, where your account at. I don't care what it is. Embrace everything in your pockets. Embrace the people that's love. Everybody that you love in your life, embrace them, man. That's what I want to say. Because if you ain't doing that, you ain't going forward. And when you go forward, you ain't even going to realize you forward. You ain't. Because you so fixated on what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow rather than what's happening today. Bars. That's it. That's all I got to say right there. And also, my last question to you, I don't know if you got any other questions, but my last question to you, bro, is being where you are in life right now, you know, at the level you at and the level that you're climbing to. What advice would you give to young or people that's going through their breakthrough? Whether it's financial, spiritual.
Like just getting out of a tough situation type breakthrough? Or in a tough situation type breakthrough, trying to figure it out?
Both. So like talking to somebody that's in the middle of it, I would say. In the middle of going through their breakthrough. Like, because sometimes people that's going through the smoke, they can't see beyond it. You know? So that's what I'm saying. Like, what advice would you give to a person that's going through the smoke that can't see beyond it?
And I know I'm very wary on advice because I always tell people take advice with a grain of salt. So I don't really like giving advice, and I don't really like taking advice from certain people. I do.
Yeah.
But what I would tell somebody that's going through a breakthrough is, for one, focus. And I know it's easier said than done. Being in a situation where there's a lot of smoke, you know, there's a lot of clouds, rainy days, you know, you don't know if you're going to see the sun again.
Yeah.
It's hard to hear somebody tell you to focus. But what I mean by that is you have to understand, like deep down inside, that it's going to be okay. As long as you want it to be okay.
As long as you want it to be okay.
As long as you want it to be okay. If you don't want it to be okay, it's not going to be okay. So
it's all about how you think.
And that's really what life is about, bro. It's like really your thoughts control this entire fucking journey.
Everything.
And I said this before and I'm going to say it again. Your thoughts control this entire journey. Everything is a thought. This microphone was a thought before it was in front of us. This couch was a thought before we were sitting in it.
Yes, sir.
Everything was a thought. So that's why your thoughts are so important. And a lot of people don't understand that. And a lot of people are walking aimlessly through life. They just don't know what they're doing. So for somebody going through their breakthrough, you know, I would just say really just focus. Like, you know, take a second, like you had just mentioned about being present. Be present. Figure out what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And then make a plan.
Yes.
You know, I'm not really one to follow plans, but before I got to where I'm at now, like, I always had a plan. No matter if it's a 2-step plan, a 1-step plan.
You always had a plan.
3-step plan.
Me too, yeah. I agree. I like that.
You got to have a plan, bro.
Gotta have a plan, bro.
You got to have a plan. So focus, have a plan. And this is, my last one is like very big. It's one of the hardest pieces of the puzzle. It's hard for me to do, even still to this day.
What is it?
Execute. Execute.
Damn.
If you say you're going to do something, do it. And we talked about, you know, people being afraid of what other people think. Fuck that shit. That shit's fake.
That shit is fake.
That shit's fake.
Shit is fictitious.
Fear is not real.
Shit ain't real.
False evidence appearing real. It's not real.
Yep.
And I think that's one thing that really, like, and even on my spiritual journey, that's one thing that really just made me say, it's on.
Me too. Bro,
This shit is not real.
Yeah, me too, bro. Wow.
And when something is real, you'll feel it inside.
Yeah. But
all
9
that
times out
other
of 10,
noise-
all that shit is nothing, bro.
All that other noise, and that's what people gotta, they get so caught up in, what my friend think. Your friend probably don't even like you, to keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Your friend's
How about that one?
your friend's probably a hater, to keep it a buck.
Yep. How about that one? Now what you gonna do?
Feel me?
That's what I always say to, now what you gonna do? What you gonna do now? Now that you know that. What we doing?
Yo, it's a hard pill to swallow.
It is. Yep.
But you got to understand what life is. And that's why, I'm a selfish person, but to a certain extent. Like, I care a lot about myself because I have to be good in order for the people around me to be good.
That's right.
And caring about yourself, self-love, as they call it.
The
New coined phrase, self-love.
Yeah.
Apart from, the corny phrases and all that shit, like, it's very important.
It is.
Caring about yourself before.
It's cliche, but it's very,
that's the word I was looking for.
It's very, very imperative, bro.
Very important.
Like people don't understand. Like, yo, if you can't take care of you, this is the paradox that we live in. This is life. This is the social norms versus actual nature. I always tell people, nature and society. Hey, listen, nature always wins. If I can't take care of myself, how can I take care of you? But when I do take care of myself, I'm ridiculed for taking care of myself before you. But once I start giving you things because I took care of myself, I'm good. I'm right.
Right.
But if I don't, I'm wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I always tell people, like, damn if you do,
Damn if you don't.
damn if you don't. If you don't take care of yourself, they're going to talk about you. If you do, they're going to talk about you regardless. So
fuck it.
Fuck it.
There's a very thin line, but at the end of the day, fuck it.
Yep.
Nothing matters except what you want to matter.
Yep. That's it.
And the hardest bar of all that I heard, and I've been living by this shit forever, lions do not care about the opinions of sheep.
Yep.
Or whatever animal they're going out to hunt.
Yep. They don't care.
And that just circles me back to the point that I was making. Focus, have a plan, execute. The shit is not real.
Fear, that shit is out
Fear
the window,
is not
dog.
real.
Especially for men. If you out there, you a man, you got fear. Come on, dog. What you doing?
Does that mean that some things are not going to be challenging?
It's going to be challenging.
But that's the fun part.
That's the fun part. That's where you find you at. That's where manhood is born.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you get to walk in your masculine frame and be like, you know what? And I'm ready for this shit. I'm built. I'm him.
Him Duncan.
I'm him.
Him Jones.
Duncan. Yes. Him Jones.
Him Hardaway.
Himmy Butler. Yeah. Yes.
That's a good one.
Him Brown.
Himmy Butler's a good one.
You feel me? It's all about knowing who you are as a man. Remember what we was talking about earlier, project. We project in this world. We got to be under attack.
Always.
Doesn't mean that we can't be gentle at certain points, but we got to do what we got to do to bring order. We got to structure the order. The women gave birth to us to build order, for them to nurture the order that we give. That's why they made us. That's why we come out of them, but they come from us at the same time. Think about that. One hand wash the other, both wash the face.
My boy Dev always say that shit.
Yeah.
Dev always says that.
Yeah. So shout out to my boy Dev. Like I said, bro, if you got any other questions, I don't know if you got any other last questions on there, but all I want to say is that y'all out there, men, man, don't fear nothing. You got something great up your sleeve that you need to be building on, and it ain't gonna be executed unless you walk in that wholeheartedly, fearlessly, and projectively.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how we doing it.
Winners win, losers lose.
That's it, bro. That's how we doing it. If that's it, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Listen, it was great. I'm glad we here. I'm glad I was here. It's been a great podcast. It's been a great episode. And what we're going to do is we're going to be back. And guess what?
Check.
We're going to be back again. And we're going to be back again. There's going to be more of these episodes. Like I said, man, Godspeed. We signing out, man. Godspeed.
Hemi Butler signing out.
Hemi Butler signing out. Yeah, I got to hashtag that, baby. Hemi Butler. I'm Hemi Butler. You know what I mean?
Butler, him Jones, him
Him
Duncan
Jones,
signing
him.
out.
Word up, man. We out, man.
See you on
Godspeed.
the next one.
Peace. Hey. Yeah. Good shit, boy. Great, bro. Appreciate you, man.
I got a shooter to my right. Have a nigga meet Jesus Christ. This money will turn me to a fucking addict. Still keep the hundreds in the mattress. Or this Gucci bag cross my body, baby. Cut that bitch shit too dramatic.